Like, how do you say you're for a revolution and actually for incrementalism? Hey, in 1995, you said we have to have a rainbow coalition and it has to happen outside the Democratic Party. What the fuck changed? How come you can't square that circle? You can't fucking answer a question in Jimmy Dore. Guess what else you can't do? You can't beat a demented walking death rattle in a debate. That's what he got prepared for, to lose to Joe Biden.
This is Jimmy Dore. And in 2016, I lost. Was it 2016? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was during the Republican convention or the delegation when Trump was running. He ran up in Alex Jones' face and spit directly into it. And in that moment, I lost every semblance of respect that I had for this man. I was just like, you know what? Nah, I'm cool. Like, I still like Ben Mankiewicz a little bit. I wonder what he's doing. But when it comes to the old TYT team, yeah, Jimmy Dore. I don't think he's not with the Young Turks anymore. He's broken off and he's done his own I want to be a communist thing. But yeah, him and everybody else who really felt that the past 4 years didn't sink in for. It's just kind of interesting watching them fall apart right now. Like that whole Bernie coalition of internet weirdos who are just like, oh my goodness, yes, we can win, we can do this and stuff like that, completely ignoring the real world and how things actually work. It's rather fascinating to watch them completely lose their shit as Bernie Sanders is done. It's done. It's done. The moment he sold out to Hillary, I was out. It's so strange watching all these people who are like, oh yeah, well, this time around, we're going to go get it. Something's going to change. Oh yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Because he couldn't even answer a question from a fucking shithead like me who's high. That's how big of a pussy of a campaign they ran. And now it's time to stop being a pussy, and it's time to start grabbing power and using your leverage of your following to get shit for us right fucking now.
Why do you think that's going to happen? How do you think it's going to happen? Get what for you, bruh? Get what? Like, that's the thing with the left. And because I genuinely believe hearts are in the right place, right? But you're so ideologically bent and so focused, so narrow-minded in your ideology that, oh yeah, you know better than people know for themselves. That it's like, yeah, honestly, I've kind of just been waiting for, incidents like this to happen where they are just completely losing it, because it's pretty fun to watch.
Because they got everything. You motherfucker. Start calling out Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer for negotiating a horrible bill instead of standing on the floor and yelling at Republicans, because it's easy and it's cowardly.
I wholeheartedly agree. I've said this for a long time, that it's just controlled opposition for the most part, and the establishment runs it all. It's like, yeah, you have your two teams. You got the blue team and the red team, the Democrats and Republicans. Well, the establishment is the NBA, right? You got your Nets and your Knicks, but the establishment is the NBA. You can play those teams no matter which way the game wins, the NBA going to reap the revenue. Can you dig it? And that's the way it's always been. The people who, truly pull the strings are people we will never know, people we will never see. And in order to get to such positions, right, deals with devils need to be made. I mean, that's just the long and short of it.
It's time for a revolution.
It's time for a fucking revolution, which starts with a strike. A rent strike, a mortgage strike.
That's the dumbest shit I've heard in a long... Pay your rent. Pay your rent, pay your car insurance, pay all your stuff, because Jimmy Dore's not going to help you. Jimmy Dore's not going to be there for you if you get evicted after everything's said and done. No. Don't, that's the thing. Why is your strategy irresponsibility? Your entire strategy is irresponsibility, and then you wonder why you can't win. I don't come from a place of not knowing like this type of leftist, Marxist, communist, socialist, this crowd. I'm intimately familiar with this crowd. Is a part of the reason why I've just broken off and done my own thing. Because these people have absolutely no interest in getting anything done above their own feelings. And that's exactly what Mr. Dore is in right now. And let's keep watching it go down.
Student loan strike, a credit card strike. What are you fucking doing?
Hopefully paying your bills. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's such a dumb idea. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, man. You can't sit there and ask people to do things that are antithetical to them being able to continue and to, even if it is just barely survive, to survive. Now, I make it absolutely no secret that I believe with the loss of manufacturing in rural and urban America, that was screwed over. And one of the things that I see taking place here is that they're trying to bring those jobs back on over here, hopefully with decent pay wages. And that's where, that's where if, I had that type of platform, I'd be pushing, that's what I'd be on. Like, hey, make sure when you bring these jobs back here, people are getting paid something decent. Not relying on the state. Like, that's the thing. It's so much state dependence, man. Begging the state, oh, please come save me. Please come save yourself. Save yourself. Take care of yourself. I'm not that type of person. When I say take care of yourself, I 130% mean it. Take care of yourself because the state ain't going to do it. But here he is demanding control of the state, wanting control of the state in order to create some type of a communist utopia that is yet to be proven to work. Come on, man. Seriously, like I say, capitalism has its faults. There is predatory capitalism. The capitalism is a big part of the reason our marriage rates are as terrible as they are, because the government is happy to give that woman all that money in the world to spend per month on child support. So, yes, capitalism does have its downfalls, but instead of sitting here saying, oh yeah, well, we need a revolution to completely destroy the entire structure as it is, tweak it. Demand better wages, demand that, hey, decent salaries, not wages, but decent salaries can be made at these spaces. Instead of sitting here and find out how that, government and private business can work together. Something that Trump's doing amazingly well right now. But, you guys, I've actually been holding this in for like 4 years, because I told you, I dipped. I dipped with the whole, with this part of the left. Because ultimately, I'm still a liberal dude. I believe in liberty. I believe to each their own. I have a lot of ideals that, I have a lot of ideas and ideals, but I don't want to force them on anyone. And that's really the big difference between, just refusing to buy into the ideology and being a zealot, I guess. Is that when you're a zealot, you're aiming to force your ideas onto others. And unfortunately, you were rejected. It happens. And guess what? He could have gotten past Biden and he's still wanting to beat Trump. Sorry, guys. This thing is done.
And guess what? Guess what, Bernie? And you've got nothing to lose because you already lost the fucking race. You got nothing to lose. And we've got nothing to lose because we already lost the country. We lost the election. We lost to Trump.
This is what TDS gets you, guys. This is what, when you're like just overly emotional as a male, like, this is what it gets you. It gets you looking real nutty. Because you sat there and emotionally invested in something that was never coming to fruition in the first place. I'm sorry. Moment he bit that knee to Hillary, I was like, oh yeah, Bernie done. That's and Trump gonna be incumbent. Ooh. And I called this 4 years ago. The official elected official channel's still up. Go check it out. But I called this shit. Like, Bernie was not gonna be viable this go round. Particularly because he wasn't running against Hillary Clinton. You're running against Joe Biden. More stomachable.
Lost to Nara Tandon. We lost to Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Tom Perez and Wall Street because you wouldn't fucking run a campaign that was going to beat them.
The house always wins in the end, sir. You gotta know exactly what the house is. Plain and simple. But real talk, it's kind of hard to listen to him because of the whole spitting thing, because it was so cowardly, right? That's like, I'm sorry guys, but that is just weak sauce to sit there and spit on a dude because you disagree with him or he says things you don't like because you are over emotional bitch. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's being presented here to you right now. The left has lost its mind. And honestly, yeah, probably not going to get it back anytime soon. 2024, shoot, man, it's definitely going to be a moderate, no matter what. No, on both sides, it's going to be a moderate. Okay, plain and simple. And after what, and that's what really sucks is because like you could have been like you could have stayed on top of things and not been so ideologically based. And by the time 2024 get around, like you'd been on point. But guess what? You're no different than what's that, Chris Matthews or anybody else. All these other pundits that sit here and scream about how they're right and how they know better than everybody else and the like. When in reality, man, life is a guessing game, family. Life's a guessing game. So this is, I felt compelled. Shout out to the Dialectic because he's the one that reposted this and I saw it. I was just like, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I can imagine that they're butthurt right now. I mean, we know what it is, but either ways, guys, all the internet stuff. If you like to toss it, like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring, and YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notification. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? That was really some of the weakest shit I'd ever seen. Because I was actually watching TYT at that time, and to see like how they freaked out on Alex Jones just in general, it was one of the most disgusting displays that I'd seen from quote unquote professionals in a very long time. And so, bowed out. But I still do wonder what Ben Mankiewicz is up to because he, like, of all of them, he seemed the most rational. But do you agree, disagree? That's what I have a comment section for. And until the next one.